Welcome back, everybody, to the Monster Mile, Dover Downs in Delaware. Today's Sears Die Hard starting grid brought to you by the Die Hard battery, now with more power when you need it. There is Bobby Labonte earning a Busch pole for the 1996 campaign. 4th career Busch pole, joining Rick Mast on the front row, who was the pole winner here a year ago. Jeff Gordon, his 14th top 5 start of 1996, and Terry Labonte, his 12th top 5 start. Jeff Bodine, his 14th Dover race, starting in the top 5, and Rusty Wallace, who runs this racetrack well. Veteran Dick Trickle and Mark Martin, one of those looking for his first win of the year. Big day for Mr. Jarrett. If he can pull off a victory, tighten up the point race. John Andretti aboard his new ride. Hutch Strickland, he's done well here over the years, and Kenny Schrader's last win came here years ago. Morgan Shepherd and Ricky Rudd. Rudd trying to extend that winning streak of his now to 14 years in succession. Derek Cope and the Truck Series standout Mike Skinner. They're in row number 8. Row number 9, Ted Musgrave and Kenny Wallace, the man who comes from a Busch Series win in Richmond a week ago. Ernie Irvin and Dale Earnhardt, who's outside of row number 10. We'll visit with Dale later in our telecast today. Lake Speed and Ricky Craven sharing row number 11. The 12th row, Michael Waltrip, who's run well here in the Busch Series, and Kyle Petty looking for a top 10 finish here in 1996. Wally Dallenbach and Sterling Marlin share the 13th row. Row number 14, Bill Elliott. Got a great ovation from the fans here. They always love him up here in Dover, with Robert Presley outside of row number 14. Jeff Burton and Johnny Benson. Johnny had a super run at Richmond a week ago. Row number 16, Chad Little and Chelsea, Alabama's Gary Bradbury. The 17th starting row, there's Ward Burton and Bobby Hillen from Midland, Texas. Row number 18, Joe Nemechek. And in his new ride, Jeremy Mayfield. He swapped a week ago with John Andretti. Row 19, Brett Bodine and Dave Marcus. Then the provisional starters, Jimmy Spencer, Bobby Hamilton, who finished second here a season ago, and Darrell Waltrip bringing up the rear alone in row number 21. Now the two views of the start at the same time, as we're glad you're with us. The MBNA 500 laps around the Dover Downs International Speedway, and here we go. Green is in the air. Again, watching the leaders in that insert and the rest of the field on the left of your screen. You get 5 bonus points. Now down the back straightaway, some problems as spinning is the Cartoon Network entry.
As Chad Little,
yep,
as you see him, he's got a lot of impact on the front and back of that car. It's really used up.
And caution will be coming out on lap number 5. Chad Little with problems right off the bat. You can see him moving around there inside the car.
That's a good thing. He did a hard hit back there. The car is really trying.
Oh, and here comes Jeff Burton now. The Exide Ford also caught up in that exchange. So caution is on the speedway for the first time. We'll take a look again at what happened at the tail end of this exchange here. Bam to the inside, and there came, right off the wall, and there was Jeff Burton trying to get by. And you brought a good point up here yesterday, Buddy Baker, but for those who weren't with us on the telecast of the MBNA 200, it's worthy of a repeat about how it is that everybody ends up on the inside wall after you have a problem spinning off that number 2 corner, just like we see with Chad.
Well, you can see the straightaway here is backed as much as some of the turns in some of the racetracks that we go to.
That's a good idea.
Why not? Somewhere, someplace, someone is at the refrigerator right now joining us here on TNN Motorsports. Around
Dick Trickle.
Problems. Dick Trickle about took down the house.
He did that.
Yeah, and right in front of the leader at that. Trickle lost a tire yesterday at the Grand National race, hammered the wall hard.
So well through this whole segment here.
Watch Trickle ahead of Spencer right there.
Oh, he got a little help there.
And there came the leader right by. The aerial camera never lies. There goes Jimmy Spencer a lap down now.
He didn't want that to happen.
Trouble
in turn number 2. We'll check those new rules for you in just a second as you see some of the rule changes. But there's Hutch Strickland, who was running in 22nd. He was on pit road for a lengthy time a short while ago, but then came back out and tags the wall. And Randy, you were keeping an eye down on pit road.
Well, he kept coming over the radio and talking to his guy saying, I've got a problem with the rear end locking up. I think I've only got one wheel trying to give me any power. So that might have been the problem, whether or not it totally locked up.
We'll get back to those rule changes in a minute. Now, just as they were going beneath that crossover bridge, tough to tell exactly what sent him going.
They were doing a lot of work in the right front corner of that car when Hutt was in the last time around, Eli.
157 laps on the board. Only 4 teams are out of the event here at Dover.
Trouble turn.
Caution flags are flying here at the Monster Mile. Just as we broke away, you heard Buddy Baker's furtive cry of trouble in turn 2. And indeed, there was a problem for Ricky Craven, who broke loose through the banking. And right there, smacked the wall. He's been able to drive on around. So the damage, although there was obviously some, was apparently not terminal on the Kodiak machine. But we are under caution for the 5th time this afternoon. Gary Bradbury right there, you saw him come through, and he kind of caught the wall just a bit. You know, you think about Ricky Craven. Remember that terrible accident he had at Talladega? Before the Talladega race, Craven had 4 top 10s. He was 4th in points. Since that Talladega race, he has not finished in the top 10 at all, period. We have caution here at Dover Downs. The race leader is out of the car. Ernie Irvin is just fine, but it looks as though the day is done for the Texaco Haviland Ford. He was leading, and this is what happened. Let's watch.
Underneath Derek Cope, just clipped him with that right front tire. Cope a lap car, trying to put him a lap down. Boom.
Looked as though as they got sideways, that rear just broke loose. Watch it again.
Eli, you see how low he is on the track. The car gets loose actually before he gets in the corner. It took the air off the spoiler, as we say, and out to the outside wall. Hard lick there on the driver's side.
Might have even gotten those left side tires on the apron and jerked the car around. There goes Mark Martin right there going by. Just didn't make it. Let's watch again on board Mark Martin's car.
We can hear him getting right out of the throttle.
Look at this.
Now you got to pick where to go.
Whoa.
You can see a car on the outside there. You just have...
Both men get by Earnhardt.
Bill Davis, who owns that number 22 car driven by Ward Burton, said that they've been fast on many occasions, should have won at least 3 races. He said our problem in 1996 is our failure to close. Meanwhile, Jeff Gordon coming down pit road.
He will pit at lap 277. Caution on the speedway. Earnhardt slows. Something's wrong there with the right rear of his machine. Caution on the speedway as Earnhardt looks as though somebody got a piece of that right rear. Derek Cope blowing a tire there. And all of this happening, Gordon has to go right on through the pit lane.
Whoa, look at the right rear corner of Earnhardt's car. It's missing.
He's lost a car too.
It all happens in a hurry. There come a couple of the belts off Cope's machine. We'll go
away from being as aggravating as it possibly can be when you're out there. If the radio was to go out in the race car, I mean, you'd be pretty much at the, whoa, what's wrong in turn 1? The crowd stands up. Have a car.
Up into the wall. One car, Robert Presley, finds the wall. There he is. The Skoll machine brings out caution at lap number 337. So Robert Presley brings out caution as he tags the wall in turn number 1.
Well, there's Robert Presley in the 33 there. He starts down into turn 1. You can see the tire right there. Yeah.
You can just see the whole hood bow right up.
He had no control of the car from there on, but it's a good thing he was right out against the wall. It's a good thing that happened right where it did because he didn't hit it hard.
And Glenn, we could see it easily from this side. That whole hood came up and that tire shredded.
Yeah, Eli, I just happened to hear the outer liner blow as he came by me, and then as he started in the corner, the inner liner blew. That's when you saw the hood, the fender, and everything bow up like that. But he evidently ran over something on the racetrack. It was way too early in the tire run for wear to have been a factor. So obviously he ran over something on the racetrack. But I heard it coming, man. I thought, oh no, who's this? Fortunate, like you say, he was up against the wall, Dick.
Different leaders today, 11 different leaders. The Dover track record is 12 different leaders, not lead changes, obviously, but leaders as Gordon tries to wrestle the top spot right back.
One more.
I would say Dale Jarrett said, hey, this is just a little too uncomfortable for me, this guy right up under me like that.
Meanwhile, Bill Elliott is up in the wall.
Turn one. No flag yet. No flag. Keep going.
Listening in on the spotters as they talk in that instance to Dale Jarrett. Caution is on the speedway.
It is out. Caution is out. Track is clear. Caution's out.
How it happened.
You see Bill on the very far outside there. He and Trickle look like they get a little contact there.
Uh-huh.
Whoa.
Oh, and there Sterling helps him along too afterwards. Not Sterling's fault. You had Morgan Shepherd right there ahead.
So this is an accident in progress still.
Yeah.
We haven't gotten to the first turn yet.
And never could turn it at this point.
Nope. Kaboom. Right into the sponsor's billboard.
54 laps on the board.
Gordon opened up a little bit there.
Jarrett is in third. Now the other car there, the blue and gold number 9, Lake Speed, who nearly hit the wall there. He is not only
stretch,
on the main
big crash.
straightaway. You've got Dallenbach, Brett Bodine involved. Others spinning are Jimmy Spencer on the main straightaway. Caution, lap 456. And now
look at Terry Labonte. He's going to try to make up a lap on his teammate now. It's up to the lead car there to beat him back to the start-finishing line. He's not going to quite make it.
Not going to do it, missed by that much. Pit road is closed. We have, you see there, Spencer climbing from his car. Oh, Jimmy's going right over to Dallenbach. Oh, and he's got problems with Wally.
Ooh, don't do that.
Jimmy Spencer.
Steve Peterson with him, telling him calm down.
There's Buster Auten, the man walking with Spencer. Jimmy just enraged. You saw him bound out of his car and quickly run over to Dallenbach. Spencer, Musgrave, Brett Bodine was in there. There's Wally, and Wally says,
Oh, and the conversation continues. I'll cross those two guys off each other's Christmas card list.
Because it happened behind the leaders.
Spencer on the outside, yeah. He gets touched right there by Wally Dallenbach. That triggers the whole deal. Look at Jeff Bodine get by on the outside there. He gets hit in the back.
It was starting in front of him.
Brett
Bodine was ahead of him, and it had already started right in front of him when Spencer in the 15 got into it. I mean, everybody was all together still after that restart period.
Let's go down to pit lane. Randy is walking with Wally Dallenbach.
Well, he's obviously a bit peeved. I'll try and get a quick word with him. Wally, are you okay, and what happened?
I'm fine. I don't know. 23 gets in a wreck and takes half of us with him. Typical deal. You know, we had a good car. I think we were running the top 16 and 17. And these lap guys just, you know, they want you to get out of your way when you're lapped down, but when they're a couple laps down, they sit there and they race you all day long.
Okay, that's it from Wally Dallenbach.
So tempers just a tad short. Jimmy Spencer, in the last dozen races since we were here, has moved up 7 spots in the standings to 12th. Let's see what happens if maybe Andretti's camera can help us. Yeah, tough to tell what might have triggered it.
Go bump it. Okay, get on back motor now. Go.
We'll take another look here. At this point, that accident is already pretty much underway.
Look at
Here
Ted
comes
Musgrave.
Musgrave.
Wow, nowhere to go.
This front straightaway not quite as self-cleaning as the back straightaway is here.
Well, it was where it happened at. A lot of the cars really went to the bottom and stayed there, but
let's watch it again now.
Spencer and the yellow and purple car on the outside there. You see them make contact right there.
But see, it happened right in front of them. Just before they made contact, the 11 car of Bodine, you could see some tire smoke. He'd rubbed up against another car. So maybe...
Doctor, that was two wrecks.
Two wrecks, yeah.
Two wrecks, two separate wrecks.
I agree. Maybe we can rack it back one more time and look. But I agree with Buddy. Those were two wrecks that happened simultaneously. And we'll take another look. But